Hello world. If you made it to my little corner of the internet, I just want to welcome you. This is Audible Thinking Podcast. It's been quite a while. It's been a minute since I did a podcast. And if you guys have been following me, you know that the podcast started off as kind of like a weird audio skit type of thing. You guys can go back and listen to it if you want, but it started as that, and then it got into some more heavy topics, and then I believe the last season was just me talking about the changing content, um, as far as my content rollout and me being kind of depressed, disheartened about my content, even though nothing really bad was happening with it. I just felt like it wasn't amounting to much. And so I took a break from podcasting and still gamed. I'm gonna be 38 this year, and you guys that are around my age know that things happen for good and bad around this age, around any age really. But when you get your 30s, a lot of real stuff happens, and so my content has slowed drastically over the last few years, and there's nothing bad about that. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, but the best part of it, and the big part of it, is just the birth of my daughter, and me expecting another on the way, and I'm very excited. And with that being said, like, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for me to create content like this, where I'm just kind of sitting down and having a conversation with you all about games, about nerdy stuff. I want to start talking about anime, things of that nature. So I've been told many times that my voice is relaxing. And so I've been like tweaking my microphone. Actually, I just got through doing that, and I decided to go ahead and try to record something because the week is fast approaching. It's Sunday right now, anyway, and just wanted to put something out on the way up for a new podcast. Anyway, I wanted to touch on a few things this afternoon, and the first being something pretty light, and I'll get into some heavy topics later on in the podcast, but well, not heavy, but I guess more thoughtful, sensitive, I guess you could say. But the first thing I want to talk about is just the gaming space right now, as far as what's out there to play, right? You guys have been playing different games. I know that everybody listening, you play different games. You have different genres you like to play. I really don't have a favorite genre right now. I'm kind of lost because there's so much and so many good games out there to play right now. I really can't put my finger on something that I really feel like I want to play, that I can't wait to play when I get home, things like that. Like I don't really have a game like that. So I'm searching. I'm thinking about indie games. I'm thinking about AAA games. I'm thinking about games that have already came out, and games that are on the way. I'm thinking about it all. I'm thinking about it all, and it's very overwhelming. And I was playing Fortnite for a while, and you guys, some of you guys may be rolling your eyes. Fortnite. Let me tell you something about Fortnite. Fortnite Zero Build specifically, it will get you. It will get you, and there's no good way to explain how it happens. You try it, and it hooks you. And Epic has done a really good job at really focusing on like my age group. They've been targeting my age group because listen, they've been coming up with 90s X-Men, Ninja Turtles. Then they go into Japan. You know, I love Japan. They got all these Japanese themed maps and characters and stuff like that, and coming out with pop culture stuff and Keanu Reeves. I mean, Cyberpunk. The list goes on and on and on. And every week they come out with some fire. They come out. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy the things that Epic does, and then they improve the weapon system. They just made things look a whole lot better. They got the reload mode, which I've been playing a lot of, in the regular mode. I actually haven't played the regular zero build in a long time. I've been doing a lot of the reload, but still, like, it's a good time. It's frustrating though. It's frustrating though, because these kids are cracked. They, you know, I come home from work, or I get off of work, I clock out, play a couple rounds of Fortnite, and they just wash me. And then I get on at night, especially during the weekend, I get washed again. But you know, it's fun. Like I can tell I'm getting better at the game. I can tell I'm getting better. And the cool thing about Fortnite is I don't know, I've learned to appreciate not being the best at something, because I'm definitely not the best at Fortnite. You know, back in my heyday, I was really good at Halo, really good at Call of Duty, and as I've gotten older, man, my skills I've gotten rusty. My skills are just gone. So when I jump in a game like that, you got these kids that have been playing Fortnite all their lives, like literally all their lives, and they just tear me up. And but it's fun. It's a fun game. It's a fun game to play, to pick up and play and stuff like that. It's just really, for some reason, it's stressful to me. But the more I play Reload, the less stress I have with the game, which is cool. But with that, you know, I just kind of wanted to lead into the game I've been playing here recently that has been an eye opener, and it is Marvel Rivals. And you guys may have heard of it. It's obviously Marvel characters set in the Overwatch type of gameplay mode, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the official term for it. Maybe hero shooter. But yes, it's like Overwatch, but with steroids and Marvel characters. And the aesthetic of this game is phenomenal. And for some reason, I feel every time that I play that game, first of all, I'm having fun, and I feel like I'm doing something. I feel like I'm doing something that benefit my team, whether I'm doing DPS or whether I haven't tried healing, but mostly DPS. Like I feel like I'm getting, you know, I'm getting 5 kill streaks, 12 kill streaks, 15 kill streaks, stuff like that, and it doesn't feel like I'm not like sweating doing it. Like it's almost relaxing. It's almost stress-free. The way Marvel Rivals is, it's stress-free. You get in there, you have fun. Now you can get in there and be competitive. You can go in there with a team of 6 or whatever, and be in the voice chat or whatever, and really, I don't know, build off each other. You know, there's a system in there where you have a buddy system where one character will benefit the other, and vice versa. And you can go in there, communicate probably with randos or with people you bring in there in a Discord or something like that. And you can make it very competitive, but it's very entry level friendly. It is very casual in the sense where you can just jump in and have fun no matter what your skill level is. You can just go in there and have fun, and that's what I appreciate about Marvel Rivals. You know, after playing, a full night of Fortnite where I'm sweating, running away from people, stressed, I put on Marvel Rivals, and it's just comfortable. It's comfortable. It looks good. It feels good. All the characters are unique, and you can play it as competitively as you want, or you can just relax and get some rounds in. But either way, you get experience. You have a different experience every time you play the game. there were a few games where I played last time where literally it was because of me that we won two of the two of the rounds, because everybody died. I stayed on the point, and I had Squirrel Girl or whatever her name is, and I was tearing them up. I was tearing them up. Well, let me take that back. I may have been sweating just a little bit, but man, I was going off. And we won that whole thing because you gotta win 2 out of 3 rounds, I believe, in the quick match anyway. And so, I ain't playing no rank. but it was so fun. It was so fun. And then, somebody else has your character. There's like 6 different characters you can choose that are in that same bracket. Like if you're a DPS or a healer or long range shooter or what have you, support, tank, there's like 5 or 6 of each category. So if somebody has your character, you just pick somebody else and have a blast and just do you. And they have a practice mode in there. We can go in there and try out different characters, and then on top of that, they're bringing more characters in. They got the Fantastic Four, which I don't know if they were in there on launch or not. I feel like they're already adding DLC, already adding new skins, and on top of that, at least on Steam, they're breaking their own records in Steam. I believe I saw where they're like the 14th most played game of all time or something. Well, that's a difficult thing to do if you're a free to play service based game. That's kind of tough. That's a big accomplishment to do that, especially a week or 2 out of releasing. So hats off to Marvel Rivals and the team for making such a good quality game. And I will be coming back to play it. I think that I may pivot, play more Marvel Rivals than I do Fortnite. It's as good as Fortnite is, and as fun as it is, and the skins that they produce, and the chapters and seasons that they make, which I still may indulge in. Marvel Rivals seems to be like a game that I can better acclimate to. Like I feel like I'm at home at Marvel Rivals with Marvel Rivals. So I'm going to be playing more of that. And I noticed that a lot of Call of Duty players and Call of Duty streamers have pivoted to Marvel Rivals. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but a lot of top streamers are playing Marvel Rivals now. I don't know if it's because it's just easy to pick up, or if they got tired of Call of Duty or whatever, because a lot of these people that I've seen that have moved to Marvel Rivals were playing Call of Duty, Warzone to be exact. So it's interesting to see such a large movement from Marvel Rivals, and it's free to play, and you can play it anywhere. It probably doesn't take much to run. I can probably play it, remotely, or stream it remotely from my PS5 if I wanted to, and it worked just well. Though, especially if I wanted to take my iPad somewhere and play in another room or play it off-site or whatever, it's no lag. And even in a game like that, it's not a Twitch shooter, so it doesn't feel like there's a disadvantage from playing through like a streaming service or playing, on your iPad or a different device or whatever. It doesn't feel like you're losing anything from doing that. So they've done a really good job with that game, and I'm very excited to play it again. I can't wait to play it again. I've been thinking about it. But you guys should try it, man. Don't just look at the game like BK. Shout out to BK. Just don't look at the game and say it's trash because you don't like the aesthetic. Like, pick it up and play it and see how you like it. Same thing with Fortnite. Again, shout out to BK. I don't mean to call out BK like this, but he didn't like Fortnite because he didn't like how it looked. And we kept trying to get him to play it. He didn't want to play it, and one day we got him to play it, and this man was hooked. He was hooked on Fortnite for so long. And he finally got off of it whenever Street Fighter came out. So he's been hooked on Street Fighter. So I think that once he once he gets a taste of Marvel Rivals, I don't know if he'll give up Street Fighter, but he'll dibble dabble on some Marvel Rivals, I'm sure. But going off of his example, just play the game, pick it up, play it, see how you like it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, because everybody has their preference. Everybody has an opinion, But man, don't knock it till you try it, I guess. You know what I mean? Now, there's some games you're not gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just kind of know. But Marvel Rivals is legit. It's fun. It's a fun game you can easily pick up and play. And like I said before, the aesthetics are awesome. The characters are diversified and nice, you know what I'm saying? And very well animated. The game, runs really well. It's just a smooth looking game. The atmospheres are awesome. The transition screens are awesome. The loading screens are awesome. The music's good. The dialogue's cool, and it's Marvel. it's Marvel. So they got everything going for them, and they got the customer base to back it up. It shows from the viewer base on Twitch to the stream, or the Steam numbers and all that stuff. I'm sure it's even greater on console. I mean, it's free, so the game's got a lot going for it, and so I'm looking forward to making more content based off of Marvel Rivals, and maybe eventually give you guys some tips on how to play certain characters. But I gotta learn them first. I gotta master them first. So anyway, that's kind of my general opinion about Marvel Rivals. I would say just go play it. It's probably a 8 or 9 out of 10 for me from what I've played already, just going off the top of my head. But hey, that number may increase the more I play it, because I haven't played all the characters either. I need to go back and go through the practice mode and really just learn some new characters, and then play some people live and see how it goes. But anyway, that's my that's my topic on Marvel Rivals. And I also want to talk about a more in-depth subject, and that is what is the difference between a fan and a fanboy. What's the difference between a fan and a fanboy? And this subject specifically comes from a conversation I had with T-Rock 40. And if you guys know us, you know that we're friends, and we joke around with one another. And we had a conversation about that. And I if you guys don't know me, I like to tease people. I like to they say I'm a villain. I can be villainous. Not all the time, but I can be a bully. So I was teasing him and stuff about his preferences, and because that's what it is, it's a preference. And basically he said that of course, if you know T-Rock, he plays a lot of games. He only has to my knowledge, he only has a PlayStation 5, right? And part of it is preference, but a lot of it has to do with his situations in the past, like his history with gaming. And basically, to sum it all up, his situations from being from in the military to now with his family, like, ultimately led him to play games on the PS5 that he was interested in. He found some games that he wanted to try, and then he found franchises based off of games that he wanted to try that he did try. For example, if there was a third-party game, a third-party AAA game or whatever, and it came to PlayStation, well, there's no need for him to buy the console. So it became a centralized place for his gaming, which I understand. And because of that, you kind of develop a preference. And in his case, it was more so of a convenience to play all his games on PS5, which I get because I have actually I don't know how many PCs I have here at home. I have my work PC, I have my streaming PC, I have a gaming PC, I have a laptop. Is that four? It's four different computers about in this one room, and you know, I haven't booted up my gaming PC in a while because I have a PS5 now, and I've had it for about a year or so. And I get it. Like I get it. Like if it comes to PS5, I'd just rather sit back with my controller and play on the PS5. And it's been nice. It's been nice being able to just kind of lay back instead of doing keyboard and mouse. It's been nice to be able to pick up the controller and just play whatever. And which, by the way, I've been playing Death Stranding too. You guys are going to see that on the channel. Seeing me, fail, trip over rocks and getting caught by BTs. So I'm going to put that, on the channel here shortly. But anyway, I've noticed that it's like, I noticed where T-Rock is coming from. Like I noticed that, it's easy to just download the game on your console since you have it. So no need to switch out, to a PC or whatever to another console. If the game's gonna come, it's just gonna come to where your exclusives are, or if it's an exclusive that's only for PS5, and then the games that you like to play are also coming to PS5. It becomes more of a convenience. It becomes like a centralized place to play. That to me is a customer that is comfortable in where they're playing. I don't know if you want to necessarily call that a fan, but I think there is a sense of preference there to where you're satisfied with the product enough to just stay with the product. And I guess that can be defined as loyalty, and not even that, because it's not that you are denying a different platform. It's just the games that come to the console, and oh, okay, cool, and you just pick it up and play it. You don't have to worry about buying another console or PC, because it's pretty much a waste of money at that point, unless it's just something that's so incredible that you just have to buy a different platform to play it. And face it, guys, there's not a lot of games out there that are system sellers, that are PC sellers nowadays. So there's really no reason to move, unless you get a Switch, unless something comes out and you want to play the Switch or something like that for it. But even then, if you only like a certain type of game or a certain type of aesthetic, you might not like the Nintendo aesthetic. So why would you switch? So I get that. And I think a fan may be a level above that. A fan would be somebody that is just overly excited about whatever that platform does all the time, and is constantly like looking up Reddit posts and following that platform on Twitter and talking about it and having a special, maybe podcast about it, where that's all you talk about is that one product or platform, whether it be Xbox, whether it be PlayStation, whatever. It may be just, it may just be, something that you just keep your eye on. something that you just think about when you're doing other things. You know what I mean? That may constitute a fan, but a fanboy or a fangirl is someone that is specifically fanning over something so much that they become delusional about the things that they're saying. They become so crazed about a particular product that they make false claims about another, or they get upset or mad about a product simply because somebody else is talking about it or somebody else is criticizing that platform, and you just become overly upset. You start crying. I've seen people flip desks over. I've seen people take out guns. You know what I'm saying? Beat up controller. Like, once you get to that point of doing bodily harm or damage to property, you, sir or ma'am, are a fanboy. And you can take that how you like. You can take that as an insult. You can take that as a compliment. But I feel like that is the difference. I feel like when you get to the point where you are insulting other people about their preference, and you are creating content that's toxic or triggering, or all you do is make content that pokes fun at a demographic that likes a different platform, or all you do is make up, scenarios and topics that highlight your specified or specific platform, and just, I don't know, disrespects the other platform and people that play it. Yeah, you're a fanboy. You're a fangirl or whatever. And I feel like that's such a weird mindset to have. I feel like it's almost like having your favorite team, or politics, being a Republican and Democrat or whatever. Like, it's kind of in that same vein of just like, you are so much in your head that you start saying things that, one, don't make any sense, or two, are just volatile or argumentative for the sake of arguing, because you're trying to build yourself up, or you're trying to make yourself self-righteous. And I see that a lot in, again, politics and stuff like that. But man, with gaming, don't y'all think that's don't y'all think that's weird? I feel like that's really strange, specifically because, like, for me, yes, I mostly play on PlayStation now, but it doesn't make me a PlayStation fanboy. The first definition that I talked about, and I guess that would be just the state of being content and having a convenient way to play your games. And it may be PC for some people, it may be Xbox for some people, depending on the games that you want to play. That depends on the person. But for me, that's been PlayStation here lately. They got the PlayStation exclusives, which are really good. They got the third-party AAA games that are going everywhere. They're coming to PlayStation. And then PlayStation, they got games going to PC. Xbox is starting to put games on PlayStation little by little, which is a whole other topic. So that's a whole nother can of worms that I probably won't get to on this podcast. But Xbox is making moves and putting games and services on PlayStation as well. So PlayStation just seems to be the platform to be on. At least in my eyes, it feels like the place where I can play most, if not all, of the games I want to play. And listen, if And again, I may discuss this on a different episode, but listen, if Halo MCC goes to PlayStation, listen, if that goes to PlayStation and Gears, I don't know what the prequel is called, but there's a Gears game coming out. If that ends up on PlayStation, number one, it'd be fun, but number two, it will destroy the console word talk. The console warriors are pretty much done at that point. Really and truly, everybody wins. If you look at it and you take the fanboyism away, or whatever, take the bias away, everybody really wins from that. From games going to different platforms, because it's more opportunity for more people to play. And that's what gaming is about, right? It's about giving everyone the opportunity to play. Now I know that a lot of people really, like competition, and competition drives better products and things like that. But again, Microsoft is pivoting. They're not wanting to be competitors to anybody right now, because they're changing over from a hardware type of company to more of a software company. And they have always been a software company. That's what they specialize in anyway. But I really do feel like they want to make Microsoft games a third-party type of publishing, type of service, type of product. And so, you're starting to see that with them putting games on PlayStation and stuff like that. They've already got games on PC through the Windows Store and through Steam. So PlayStation is that console to where, you still be able to get some games coming from Xbox. But you also got the PlayStation exclusives. They have such a large library of PlayStation exclusives, and then third-party AAA games that come to PlayStation anyway. Developers are starting to develop more for PlayStation. I mean, I've seen quotes where they say they prefer to develop for PlayStation, or at least they're using PlayStation 5 type kits or whatever, because they run into challenges developing for the Series S and things like that. Maybe the X, I'm not quite sure, but I know that I've seen where they said that it was difficult to create or develop games for the Series S, and so they kind of left Xbox out altogether until they could figure it out or something. But PlayStation is its own thing, it's just PlayStation 5, and so it's easy just to go there and say, hey, okay, here's the PlayStation 5, here's the dev kit, let's just do it. And then, depending on how they develop for PC, it's easy to, develop for PC depending on, whatever generation everything is in, and, the ability for the GPUs and CPUs to render the games and stuff like that. So I guess since they do develop on computers or PCs, they're able to kind of translate that to PC. I'm not a developer, so I don't really know. I don't know a lot of things, but I do have opinions, and I feel like I just feel like PlayStation is in a good spot right now. And I personally feel like I'm in a good spot with my PlayStation, and I'm very grateful that I have it. Again, I've been playing Fortnite on it. I've been playing Marvel Rivals on it. I've been playing Death Stranding on it. I've been having fun with my friends. I've been playing Helldivers 2 on it. And so it's just been nice. It's just been a nice centralized place to play my game, or my games rather. And so I guess you can call me content, or call me, a convenience-based gamer. We gotta come up with a new term. If you can come up with a new term for gamers that just like convenience, is that a casual gamer? What is that? Is that like a what would that be? It's either a casual gamer, convenience gamer, but we gotta come up with something a little bit cooler. It's a step below fan, I guess, because it's not really a fan. It's definitely not a fanboy or a fangirl. It's a step. It's above casual. You know what I mean? Because casual people, they don't care about. I don't even know if casual players care about convenience. They just want to play a game. Like, I don't know. You just want to play games. You just want to play games. It's just regular base level gamers, I guess. But there's a step above that. That's below fan that I think that we should create and we shouldn't really be creating labels anyway, but I feel that within this gaming space and within this circle, because you guys, if you're listening, you're probably within my gaming circle. You know everybody that I know. We got to come up with a positive name for people who just want to have a centralized place to play their games. It's convenient, and whichever console that ends up being on, maybe not even tie the label to a specific platform or a specific console. Maybe just say, hey, this is a convenience gamer. But that's not good enough. I feel like convenience is kind of like weird. We need to come up with a new term. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun recording this. Again, it's been so long since I've recorded anything, but I hope to do this a whole lot more. And it's easier. It's easier just to sit down and just speak my mind, because I don't know. I feel like I'm more comfortable talking to you all. And I've had a lot on my mind. So it's good to let it out. Please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And share how you feel in the comments. Talk to me. Tell me how you feel and what you think about some of the things that I talked about in the podcast. And let me know what you thought about it as a whole. And I will be back again sometime soon in the near future with another episode. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later. I do stream live on Twitch too, by the way. So hit me up on Twitch, hit the follow button, make sure your notifications are on so you know when I'm streaming. I'm on Threads and I am on Blue Sky, and I try to announce when I'm going live on there too. So you guys have multiple avenues to get in touch with me. So yeah. But the biggest thing you can do as far as supporting me is hitting the like button, subscribing, or leaving a comment, and or following me on Twitch. Twitch is a big one because I like seeing you guys and talking with you guys on Twitch live. And yeah, feel free to follow me on Blue Sky and Threads, and I will see you guys on those platforms. But anyway, until next time, thank you for listening. Peace.